Shalom, shalom, Kingdom family. How y'all doing today? First, all praises to the Most High, Yahuwah Alawah, for His grace and His mercy. Remamu Yahuwah, Braki Yahuwah, to the Yahuwah. Hallelujah, Yahuwah. First, give Him all glory and all honor. So grateful and thankful to be here. I want to first say thank you to all of those who's been speaking good on my behalf, regardless what the circumstances, what the situation is going on. I really appreciate it. I will always continue to serve the Most High, and I will continue to war in the Spirit. It means everything to me. But I wrote some things down that I want to share with those who believe, those who walk that narrow path, those who are being obedient to the Most High. Yahuwah or Alawah. So you bear with me if you got time. Put your listening ears on. Open your heart to receive what's about to be said to you today. Today, I testify that Yahuwah or Alawah has kept me through the fire and the wilderness. His mercy never failed me. What the enemy meant for destruction, Yahuwah turned for my preservation. If he can sustain me, he can sustain you. All esteem to the eternal King. I lift my voice to honor Yahuwah or Alawah, who is the strength and my shield. Every day he proves that his love is unfailing and his power unmatched. Look to him and you will find life. Hallelujah, Yahuwah. My life is evidence of Yahuwah's goodness. Where there was chaos, he gave me shalom. Where there was weakness, he gave me strength. What I have, I owe to him. Turn back to Yahuwah, the source of all hope. Yahuwah, or Alawah, has shown me kindness beyond what I deserve. His Ruach guides me. His words shape me. His presence covers me. I just wanted to share this with y'all. I said that I got more, but I'm just going to keep it like that for today. I've been through a lot. I overcame a lot. I overcame a lot of adversity, but it wasn't my strength that got me over. It was his grace and his mercy and his love. I thank him for discipline. I thank him for correction. I'm grateful and thankful for the wilderness season. With all humility, I'm not here to seek validation from no one. I'm here to live my life and live my life to the fullest and be what he created me to be. This journey hasn't been easy. I done moved from my past. He has forgiven me. I have forgiven myself. It took time for me to find the value in myself, to see how valuable I truly am, who I really am, and what he made for me to be. I am set apart. I'm chosen. I'm peculiar. He knew me before I was conceived in my mother's womb. I am made in his image and his likeness. Heavy is the head that wears a crown. To the people of Yasharel, the 12 tribes, the house of Yehuda, the Yahudim, the true Hebrews of the scriptures. We walk that narrow path. We are the set apart nation. And with our humility, honored to be the first, the head, and the lender. His will be done. But if you want the Most High to dwell in you, you have to repent. You have to surrender all, submit. You have to be obedient to His statutes, laws, and commandments, and you have to have faith. Faith in the unseen. You know, too many people are out here on this earth moving fast, trying to get this and trying to get that, but they don't take time to sit still, to quiet their mind, to quiet their thoughts, take capital of those thoughts, bind up the bad ones, and cast them to the lake of fire, or to send it to the dry places, never to return. Some people they're always in a rush. You know, sometimes rushing too fast can lead you to an early grave. And you can take it how you want to take it. Sometimes it's, you rush in a relationship. You know, you rush in just accepting anything and everything that doesn't serve your highest good. We all are called and we all are chosen. You know, some people are willing to go through that fire, some people ain't. But I understand why people jump ship, because they have to go within themselves to find out who they truly are. But once you decided to surrender and submit to the Most High and trust in the process on how He's going to do things for your life, it's not easy. It's painful. It's lonely. It's stressful. You know, we're not perfect. It takes time. It takes time to be obedient. You can't rush the process. It's not a rushed process because it's His timing. He only knows. He's the one that heals you. He's the one that delivers you. I know a lot of y'all don't understand, and it's really not meant for you to understand. But what meant for you to understand is your personal relationship with the Creator and being the best version that you can be, loving yourself, pouring in yourself. In this season, we're not looking back. We're not looking back. We're not accepting breadcrumbs. You know, we're not accepting any old type of words. You know, actions have to be followed with those words. Meaning, if you say you love the Most High, you have to show it by the fruits of your spirit. And it will show by how you carry yourself, how you serve the Most High, and if you really just all in. Like I said, I travel this road by myself, but I'm never alone. I'm never alone. But at times it's not good for men to be alone. You know, the desires of my heart is between me and the Most High, and it's going to happen by any means necessary. I'm not surrendering what I paid the price for, and I'm not allowing anyone to come with that negative energy If I got to be ready, you have to be ready. I'm ready and I believe. But like I said, no matter how much I want it, it's His timing. It's His timing. His will be done. I cried so many nights and I cried so many days asking Him not to let me drink from this cup. And there have been times I wanted to throw in the towel, and it was not came close. But I'd be doing the world a disservice and myself, and I would have gave the enemy what he wanted. So I declare and decree by the authority that's been given to me, Sabal, Satan, and everybody else that work for him, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to be silenced. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper. There's no divination, there's no sorcery against Yakub and Yasharel. His will be done. He is my rock, He is my foundation, He is everything to me. Honoring Him means everything to me. Representing Him means everything to me. And can't nobody stop. Can't nobody stop. So, as we prepare for this new season, just prepare your hearts, prepare your minds, continue to walk in faith, continue to trust, and continue to seek His face in all that you do. He has to go before you. He knows what's best for you. And remember, there's only one name that saves, and that's Yahushua HaMashiach. Not JC, but He's patient, and I'm patient. But you never know the time of the hour. Nobody knows. So while you have the life that you have, examine yourself accordingly. Go within yourself and see what causes you to be separate from the Creator if you desire to have a relationship with the Creator. You know, because He gives us free will. He gives us free will. We all have a chance and a choice in this matter. But like I said, He knows the result regardless what you choose. That's why the choice is yours. So if you want to continue to be rebellious, that's on you. But that's a consequence with that. If you want to walk that narrow path, and that narrow path is never easy, because you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror. You're going to have to face those demons. You got to learn how to war, and you got to learn how to release. And the most important thing, you got to love yourself and love your neighbors. That means somebody you live next to. I'm talking about your enemies. It's not easy to do. To forgive them, you have to love them to forgive them. But that don't mean you have to tolerate their nonsense, their mess. But it makes room for the barakees that the Most High has on your life. So be grateful and be thankful that you're still alive, that you still have breath, because there's a lot of people that didn't wake up. There's a lot of people that lost their lives. And a lot of people died in their sin because they refused to forgive and they refused to heal. So if you decide to, just know that the Most High loves you and He got you. I hope my enemies, I hope they surrender and submit to the Most High. I hope they get a heart of flesh instead of a heart of stone. I hope they stop being rebellious, but it's not my call. I can't control nobody. So I wipe my hands of it. I wipe the dust off my shoes. I release them. You know, anybody that opposes me, that came up against me, I forgive and I release. Don't have no hard feelings about it. Not even mad about it. Not anymore. You know, even the ones that still trying to think they big and bad enough to come after me and try to intimidate me. Y'all bad enough to do it. Keep doing it. Because at the end of the day, the ones that sit on high and look down on low, he sees everything. He knows everything. He knows the deception. He knows the lies. He knows the tomfoolery. That means he knows those who practice divination and witchcraft and sorcery. These cliques and these covens and these sects. He knows all this stuff. He knows all the wickedness that's going on this earth. And at the end of the day, he's not a man that shall lie. His words doesn't come back void. So anybody that's doing spell work on this earth, that's dabbling in the spiritual realm, those who trying to curse people and trying to block people and hex people, just know that your time is up. Your time is up. You know, but I'm here to wake up my people to let y'all know what's going on in this earth while we face the things we facing. While it's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of people that operate and do things and build these empires because they dabble in the spiritual realm. They type into us because we are that source. We are that light source. We are the energy source. We are created from the Most High. And when you got melanin in your skin, so they have to be around us. They can't totally wipe us out because if they totally wipe us out, they won't exist. But I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about warring, though. I'm just letting you know how powerful that you are and what you can be when we wake up, when we stop hating each other, when we get out that crab in the barrel mentality, when we go to the Most High with our cares and our concerns and what's ailing us, and when we decide to unite as one instead of hating each other and surrender to His will, and get back to His statutes, laws, and commandments and stuff like that, don't you know how powerful we can become? This is not saying I'm discriminating against anybody, but He's the Allah order. He put these statutes, laws, and commandments for a certain race, a certain group of people, the true Hebrews of the Scriptures. Those who've been sold into slavery. I'm not talking about the ones that was already positioned. I'm talking about the ones that were sold into slavery, the true house of Yehuda, the Yahudim, part of the 12 tribes of Yasharel. The ones that have been sold, we are the ones. He wrote the statutes, laws, and commandments for. So, you want better for yourself? You have to surrender to the Most High. You have to obey His laws, statutes, laws, and commandments. I don't care what anybody says. Yahushua HaMashiach walked this earth over 2,000 years ago, and that's what He taught. The will of the Father, to obey the commandments. You know, what's the first commandment? Thou shalt not have no other mighty ones before the Most High. Love Him with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And love thy neighbors as you love yourself. Like He said, He told like his mother and his brother was outside while He was in there with other people. He's like, my family, my mother and my brothers are the one that does the will of my Father. So that means people that serve the Most High, that does His will, and His will is to love Him, to obey His statutes, laws, commandments, to be obedient, to walk by faith. Trust in Him. Depend on Him for everything, all that we do. Go to Him first. You know, if He wanted robots, He would have created robots. But He didn't do that. He created us to have dominion on this earth. Subdue it. Not to destroy it, but to replenish the earth. But you got men that's so powerful and so arrogant, so hateful, and so selfish. That's what they do. They destroy things because they had the characteristics of their master. So, but I just want to come on here and just give y'all a word of encouragement. Let my face be known. Some of y'all know my face. If you don't, y'all get to know me real quick. These are not my words, but this is my time. This is my time to rise. This is my time to shine. This is my time to do the things he called for me to do. I got places to go, people to see, hands to shake. You know, hey. I got people to lead, and I got a kingdom to run. But at the end of the day, I love y'all. I want what's best for y'all. But right now, I got to do me. I have to pour into me. I have to pour into me. Because when you out here doing it by yourself, and when you've been stripped bare of everything, I mean, you've been stripped bare. But it's because his strength I get up every day and I try to make it happen. You know, even when I cry out, even when I want relief, even when it don't come my way, I had to try to make it happen on my own without begging nobody. You know how difficult it is to navigate in this world with no money in your pocket, with no support from anybody? You know, look at Job, look at Joseph, look at King David. I mean, you look at all these people in the scriptures. Cry out in the wilderness every day, every night. When you've been stripped bare, it makes you wanna dig deeper. You don't know where your help comes from. It comes from Yahuwah when he wants to help you. I've been on this journey for a year now, for over a year now, to self-discovery, to awaken, to be the best I can be, to my full potential. It's not easy. It's lonely. It's stressful. You know, you can't, when he removes you, a lot of people want the end result, but they don't want to go through the fire. And if I had my choice to do it all over again, I would do it all over again. I would go through the fire. But that's just me. And it may sound insane, may sound crazy. Well, you can call me crazy, you can call me insane, you can call me what you want to call me, but does it matter? Does it stick? I know. I'm crazy enough to have that type of faith. Like, why would you put yourself through that? Because I can. Because I can and because I choose to. You know, I choose his will and his way. Who said his way was going to be all glamorous and, peaches and rainbows and sunshines and stuff like that? You'll see some butterflies along the journey, but but he stretches you. He bends you. He twists you. He's a breaker of men. He's a builder of men. But at the same time, he breaks you enough where you're not completely broken. He strips you. I think about a thin line between love and hate with Martin Lawrence and Lynn Whitfield. Going through all that mess, decided to make a police report because he want, his mama told him to. Came outside, she broke me down to my brake pads, and just like he'll strip you down, he'll strip you bare to nothing. He will strip you bare to nothing. He'll allow it to happen, just to build you up. So, if people think I got it easy, to some people, to rich people and the poor people, make it seem like I got it easy. I ain't never had it easy. I never had it easy as a child, and I don't have it easy now. But I'm waiting and I'm patient and I believe him. Because if you knew my story, only thing you can say is it's only the hand of the Most High that you're still alive, that you're still breathing, that you still have functions of your organs and your limbs, and you in your right frame of mind. Like I said, I give him all esteem and all glory. Honoring him means everything to me. He is my best friend. He is the number one in my life. And I have no life without him. I'm closed off to all the foolishness and the nonsense. But my heart is open to receive what he has for me, to walk through those doors that no man can shut. I know my value. I know my worth. It don't take me long. I knock it out of the park every time. Hey, am I perfect? No. But that's one thing about me. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to do the work. I put it like this. How I'm speaking is my application. My resume, my life story is my resume. My background is my resume. The storms and the trials and stuff, them are my resume. And as long as I got validation from my heavenly Abba, Yahuwah, my Allah, it's all the validation that I need. But I appreciate those who helped me along this journey, and there's a lot of you. There's a few. There's a lot, but there's a few. I can shout y'all out. Y'all come across my timeline. Y'all come across my feed every time. When I need to hear from the Most High, or I need a word of encouragement. When I need support, when I feel like I'm alone. When I need motivation, inspiration. When I need a friend. Y'all been there for me. And y'all just don't know how grateful I am. As much I want to move past and move forward, and I know I will, but there's people out there that don't want it for me. I ain't giving them no clout, but they know who they are. They know the ones that operate out of rebellious, out of ignorance, out of jealousy and greed, pride, selfishness, hatred, out of divination. Like I told you before, I'm not going to lay down for nobody. But at the end of the day, I don't even care no more. You do what you try to do. You can try it. I suggest you not to. But hey, Sabal didn't listen to the Most High. And he told him. I guess the other Malachims told him too. But he didn't listen. And you see what happened to him. You know what he's doomed for. But he wants to take what the Most High love, and that his children. But he can't have me. He cannot have me, and I'm not going down there. I want to see my Father's face. I just don't know. I want to see his face. I was thinking about that earlier today, how important for me to see his face. As much I didn't want to go through what I'm going through, and I'm telling y'all, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. You can see the tiredness in my eyes. I'm tired. I'm not tired of my Heavenly Father, no. I'm not tired of the promises, no. I'm just tired. You get that tired, like you want to be able to just That tired rest like you can finally exhale. You can finally just breathe. You know, when you can just be like, okay, it's like just hearing him say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Well done." You know, I go to him and I just ask for rest. I just ask for rest because I'm tired of battling these dark covens, these secret societies, Sabal and his demons, principalities, whatever you want to put your label on it. But at the end of the day, I have no fear of them. They won't win. And I'm going to be victorious. I'm already victorious. I'm standing in the victor circle. I'm not a victim. You know, I'm not a has-been. You know, if I'm not the greatest, I'm one of the greatest that ever did this. And this is not being boastful or prideful or arrogant, but this is humility. This is gratefulness and thankfulness. This is somebody that's been through the storm, that's been through the peaks and the valleys, you know, that been out here in the storm, soaked and drenched, where everybody's living in comfortability, and I'm out here surviving the elements with nothing but a backpack and a dream. No money, no shelter, trying to get it out the mud, crying out in the wilderness. You know, he'll give you a little taste of something, then he'll take it away. Then you got to try to figure it out again. I mean, to want what I have, to want what's placed upon me, was for you to want what's given to me. I wouldn't even want to put that. I can't even get it out right. I wouldn't want to put y'all through that test. But it's a hell of a test. And many are called, few are chosen. And if you're a chosen one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly how I feel. You know exactly them lonely nights, them lonely days, them cold nights, them cold days, being stripped, going to war, dealing with these people that try to astral project, to try to destiny swap. You know, they steal your inheritance. You get stripped bare. They don't want it for you. You out here wondering if anybody see you. You know, being like, I'm not asking for too much, but I need some help. People got it easy. People got it they comfortable. They happy, you know, because they have things, materialistic things. They have wealth and everything else. But that can only get them so far. But how would you feel when they're stripped? You wouldn't feel good. You would not feel good at all. You would panic. People, and it's been proven that people done took their lives when they found out. They done went bankrupt. They done lost it all. They don't want to live in poverty and stuff like that. They took their own lives. A lot of people resort to doing anything and everything to keep from being poor. They started to click up with this group, click up with that group. They started to kill. They started to lie. They started to bear false witness. They Decepticons. Very deceitful. You know, evil, pure, emotionless. Just have the devil's eyes. Just have Sabal's eyes. You know. To the point where he said, well, he ain't got nothing to do with you no more. saying like, yeah, that's another soul for me. I got another one. I got him to do it. He couldn't succeed. Well, he's gonna burn with me. Bam. Yeah, you're gonna yell. Like I said, nobody, only the Most High knows what happens to you when you depart this earth. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't want nobody to go through what I went through, because I don't think you're strong enough. I know a few are the remnant, the elect ones, the chosen ones. We go through it, and we come out on the other side. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. But the difference is I'm so much better than I was. I'm so much better when I was. I got family business to take care of. Like Kendrick Lamar says, a small percentage who I'm building with. I'll put in that work. I want that credit, because I put in that work. And y'all don't know what I had to lose to put in that work. What I had to walk away from when I had to put in that work. Who I had to release. What I had to release. Like I said, it's His mercy and His grace that kept me, that sustained me, even right now. What I have today is all I have is Him. And some paper, clothes on my back, and a backpack. That's it. It's not easy, but it's necessary. It's necessary. I wasn't going to get on here and cry, so I'm not going to cry. But when I think about how good He been to me, think about how good He been to me. I ain't got nobody around me, but He's been good to me. Y'all can call me weak, you can call me whatever you want to, but y'all know what I've been through. Y'all ain't know what I suffered. Y'all ain't know those nights and those days when you had people in this world, this government on your shoulders, people gang stalking you, harassing you, bullying you, trying to intimidate you, stole from you, slander your name, having people coming up against you, people you don't even know. You wonder why they're looking at you all crazy. But when I look at that, not from pain, but I look at it from a father's love for a child, can't do nothing but just be emotional. Can't do nothing but just know that you are really loved and cared for. When your family turned their back on you, when they left you out in the cold while they're too busy celebrating, friends are kicking at clubs and everything else and doing this and doing that. They living their best life and everything else while you out here crying out in the winter nights, spring nights, summer nights. Fall now is about to be fall. It's fall season now. First of the month of October. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. That's why I tell people y'all need to be grateful and thankful for what you do have, because He allowed you to have it. He allowed me to have things, and He also took things away from me. But I love Him regardless. I love Him regardless. It's not easy being a child of the Most High. Everybody think it's being a child of the Most High, this comes with a price, a heavy price. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring for me, but I'm tired. I'm tired. You want to trust people, but you got to guard your heart. You can't let the wrong element in, because if you let the wrong element in, people will use you, abuse you. Satan will creep in and you'll fall back. It's like that empty house.
All the way up there.
The restroom's right there.
Oh, over here, thank you. Sorry to bother you.
These people have been in this park this whole life. Distractions. But I tell you one thing. It's like when you get your temple clean, the demons go out, goes to and fro, and they find no safe place for them, so they come back to the place they was in, seeing all cleaned up and everything else. Now, he don't come alone, he brings other spirits with him. So that means I had to guard my heart. I had to be careful who I let in my circle. Because if I go back, I'll be worse off. I might have to start the process over again. It might cost me my life. But I refuse to go back. I refuse to look back. And I told them, I release them and I let them go. I forgive them. I can love them from a distance, but hey, I'm good. I'm done. I'm healed. I done went through the process. I don't need to. I don't need to entertain that no more. I learned my lessons. But it's a process. It is a process. It is not an easy process. You cry out, how long do I got to keep going through this? How long do I got to keep going through this? I know I made mistakes. I know I acted out of ignorance. I know I was rebellious. I did things that kept me separate from you. I had to go through what I had to go through. When I realized I had to go through it, and I'm the only one that had to go through it to be able to prepare me, to launch me, to do whatever. That's the wind blowing right now. This journey is not easy. Lives lost. Families destroyed. Family, your friends, your community turned their back on you. I mean, when I say stripped bare, I mean stripped bare. Look at the story of Job. Look at the story of Joseph. Even the Messiah. Look at David. Moses, all of them. My ancestors, my forefathers, those who paved the way for me. This journey is not easy. We all have a journey. We all have a story. It's up to us and how we decide it. Are we going to allow the Most High to finish our story for us? He's going to finish for us regardless anyway. But if we allow Him to lead and direct us, He'll finish it His way. And I chose Him. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so grateful and thankful that I chose Him. And the enemy hates it. Even to this day, they still want me dead. Plotting and scheming. Doing things in secrets and shadows. Dabbling in the spiritual realm. The devil can't do it himself, but he can send anybody he wants to after him, because he know he lost. He know he lost. He's not going to be able to recover from how he messed up. And that's why he hated so much. But I'm grateful and I'm thankful. It's not easy. tired, but I'm not giving up. Y'all want to see what I sleep on at night? I'm going to show y'all what I sleep on at night. Where this backpack is, this is where I sleep at night. Cold, still. I've been locked up. I've been locked up. I know what that cold steel, I know that cold slab feel like. Out here on my wilderness season, I don't despise it. I'm grateful and thankful for it because it built me up. But at the same time, something's got to give. So if I got to dig a little deep, I got to dig a little deep. I got to fight a little hard, I got to fight a little harder. But at the end of the day, I know what it's like to be out here. I've been out on these streets for I don't know how many years. I ain't had my own place, what, in 3 years? 3 years. December 1st, 2022. That was the last time I was in my place. And I've been out on the streets ever since. It's not easy. Can't trust this government system because they get your information, they rob and steal from you. They use your identity and all this stuff and everything, make up fake accounts, start a business in your name and everything else. I'm glad that name is stripped off of me, but at the end of the day, they're not taking accountability for the things I've done because I did some foolish things. I don't get it twisted. Like I said, ain't nobody perfect on this earth. I did foolish things to get myself into trouble. The thing about it is he's forgiven me and I've forgiven myself. So I don't want y'all to think it's like, y'all think he walking around here thinking he perfect and stuff like that. I've been through some mess. I did some things out of ignorance, out of rebellion. I walked that line where I was straddling the fence. I had my feet in the enemy's playground all these years, for decades. He got these devices out here on this world. Yeah, I dabble in this, not dabble in that. I was adult. I was fornicating. I was lusting. I was envious. I was jealous. I had those type of satanic characteristics when I was living out in the world. And people don't realize the things that's going on in this world, how people are operating, stuff like that. They carrying those same type of rebellious spirits, that satanic spirit, that devilish spirit, that rebellious spirit. That's why the world, it is where it is right now. But poison been put on this earth. Demons been let loose on this earth because of people dabbling in the spiritual realm. Now, Halloween coming up. We don't celebrate that, but at the end of the day, there's people that do, and there's people in church that have trunk or treat. Had church members' kids dressed up as Bible characters and stuff like that. But if you don't know the history of Halloween and what that really means, what you're doing, you're deceiving spirits when you operate your kids a sacrifice. He's opened up, doing these things, has opened up portals to the spiritual realm and stuff like that. And people are celebrating. It's a part of a pagan worshiper. The Roman Catholics, they implemented this in with certain days. And I suggest people to do their homework. That's why I'm glad I rebuke it. I denounce it. I renounce it. I don't worship. I don't do no pagan holidays. I don't do Christmas. I don't do Easter. I don't do Thanksgiving. I don't do no man-made religions. All these pagan holidays deal with the feast days and all this stuff and the resurrection of the Messiah and everything. They add this and that. Christianity, I'm not no Christian. I'm a son of the Most High. I'm a body believer. We are the assembly. We walk that narrow path. We walk that way. Christianity started back with Roman Emperor Constantine. He did that with paganism and they made Christianity. 325, the Council of Nicaea. And ever since then, man-made religion followed suit. So we don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I denounce and renounce that. I'm not no Christian. I'm not no Baptist. I'm not no Pentecostal. I'm not no A&E. I'm not no Methodist. I'm just a child of the Most High, and I'm here on my authority. And anybody that operate in that type of faction, you don't have no part with me. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a Freemason. I don't care if you're a bishop. I don't care if you're an apostle. I don't care if you're a pastor. Because you operate out of man-made theological. You operate out of Freemasonry and stuff like that. Your slave master teach you how to worship. They changed the name of the Creator. Your ancestors paid that price when we was beaten, raped, and murdered out of our native language, which is Hebrew, Abarit, Dabarim. And when we spoke, there was never a letter J. It was never a letter E. So we know 400 years of repetition. People, that's why we patient. People worship with a sincere heart. He know his children and everything else. And people are prophesying, having visions and stuff. They still calling on the false Messiah's name, but their heart is really towards the Most High. So he's patient and he's forgiving. But people don't know his real name. His true Hebrew name, the native language that we spoke in biblical days. This is what we spoke. See, this is not racist. This is just biblical facts. This is just historic facts. When your oppressors, the Roman Gentile nation, started this Freemasonry thing, then added a few blacks in there, and that's how Freemasonry began. He told you, be careful. These people are going to be deceived and being deceived. These rabid wolves coming in like sheep's clothing. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 9, said he's going to restore back a pure language. This was a pure language that we spoke. But I'm not here to teach y'all. I'm just here to let y'all know how good he's been to me, what he's done for my life, regardless how many people I'm surrounded by. I'm surrounded by people daily. I don't care what nationality they are. Black, I don't care if they Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if they Freemason. I don't care if they black, white, Chinese, Arab. I don't care what nationality they are. I had too many people come after me. Even to this day, they still trying their best, but they're never going to succeed. They're not going to succeed. And they can play dumb like they don't know. I already know. They should know that I know how they operate. They can't be deceptive no more. I don't know why they keep trying to hide behind that mask. You got dark secrets. You might as well go ahead and tell it, because if you don't, the Most High is going to expose it. He's going to make you tell it. And if you don't tell it, if you be disobedient, he's going to take you out the game. He's not a man that should lie. His word doesn't come back void. I don't care how long you've been in the game. I don't care how much biblical knowledge you have. But one thing about me, he don't play when it comes to me. The world is already on notice. Y'all, like I said, y'all need to repent. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all need to repent and turn from your wicked ways. But people are mad because I'm speaking, and I'm not. See, the enemy wants me to shut up. I can't shut up because I got to wake up my people. I got to wake up my people to remind y'all that y'all been hoodwinked. Y'all been bamboozled for over 400 years. Y'all forgot how your ancestors was raped and murdered while we bore that sin. While we're the only race on this earth that being hung from a tree or a stake, because the Messiah was hung from a stake. When you was worthy of death back in those days, you was either stoned or hung. We're the only people in this country that been hung, and they still just have recently, like within a month, black folks are still being hung. And they're trying to say it's a mental thing. These kids going to college. These people are living their life. But they all of a sudden we're being hung all over again. History repeating itself, right? Sins of the forefathers. See, but what keep us from being together, because we are so divided in what we believe in, everybody believing this and believing that. He said, but he will come to us when we surrender to him, cry out to his name, and stop hating each other and start loving each other. See, but the enemy doesn't want that. Those who work in darkness don't want it. So I know I'm being recorded. Record. By all means. Write it down. Take pictures, videos, listen, take it back to your headquarters. Tell them this, tell them that. Do whatever you're going to do, because at the end of the day, he's not a man that should lie, and his word doesn't come back void. Everybody, the whole world is on notice of who I am. So either you're going to get in line or you're going to fall by the wayside. I'm telling you, because he's the only one that's going to save you. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink it. So you can deny me all you want. You have that choice. Everybody has that choice to deny me. And people got the choice to believe me. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how you feel about me, if you love me, if you hate me. Some people, they love me so much they hate me at the same time. They jealous, they envious, they mock, and they mimic, they copy, and they paste, and they try to destiny swap. People, that's one thing, that's why people so mentally messed up, because they've been brainwashed for so long. But people don't realize how valuable they are in their own personal walk when they decide to focus on themselves instead of just focusing on people that's out here that's doing the best they can. You know, see, that's one thing. I'm not shying away from who I am. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I carry. I know exactly what I'm here for. If the world's ready for it, the world ain't ready for it. It doesn't matter. You never judge a book by its cover. You don't put your mouth on somebody you don't know nothing about. You may hear this and that, you know, but these things, that spirit that's up in these people, these entities, it irritates. Lights and dark cannot coexist. I know people that are operating out of darkness. I know people that hide behind their masks. I know people that hide behind them shades. At the end of the day, it can be cloudy outside. These same people still walk around here with their shades on. Because something that you're hiding, that you're doing something in secret, that you're trying to hide, and you don't want to reveal. And it's sad that people do this stuff. They don't realize that they're cursing their family and their bloodline. You got children and grandchildren out here. You got aunties, uncles, sisters, and brothers and everything else. And you hiding secrets. Like I said, I was born in a family that was witches and warlocks. I was born in a family that Freemasons and all that stuff. I know what my family looks like when they wear them glasses in the house, in the shade, and everywhere else they go. Inside of a building. I was walk down the street the other day. These people had their shades on top of their heads. They see me. They had to hurry up and put their shades on. Or I come around here, take off your glasses. I can't take it. See, light and dark can't coexist. It's like I said, I know my enemy. I know how they operate. And at the end of the day, they're going to lose. You're going to lose. So no matter what, either you're going to tell the truth or the Most High is going to force you to tell the truth. Like I said, he don't play when it comes to me, and I don't play when it comes to him. He only go by one name. And one name alone, that's Yahuwah, Yahweh, the true Hebrew name. Not this Latin name that these Greeks and this Roman Catholic were. Emperor Constantine and the Council of Nicaea, how they changed the name of the Creator. He denounced everything Hebrew and started a Christianity faith. We was never called Christians. Thou shalt not have any mighty ones. There's no Yahweh, there's no Yeshua, there's no Jehovah Jireh, and there's no Jesus Christ. That's what them Latins called them when they took over. When we was being rebellious, when we stepped out of pocket, started worshiping false idols, and started complaining, started eating pork and swine and everything else, eating unclean things, marrying strange wives, while you think we in a land that don't belong to us, was beaten into slavery and captivity. Make it make sense. Deuteronomy 28 talks about our blessings and our curses, right? Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for the truth. Y'all deny the truth. The truth can hit you right here in front of your face, and y'all still deny the truth. But hey, I can't force you. I ain't here to seek validation from nobody. I'm just here being my authentic self, walk in my divinity, and walk in my authority. And at the end of the day, You get along, you get along. You deny me, you die. That's your preference. Because there's going to be a time, there's two deaths on this earth. There's a physical death and there's a spiritual death. And when you meet that maker, and we all will meet that maker, he's going to say, where were you when you heard this? And where were you when you heard that? Did I send my people down there to tell y'all to wake y'all up? Did y'all deny me? Did y'all deny him? But I guess, but y'all too busy worrying about a flag and worrying about the government take care of you. I don't put my trust in no government. I don't put my trust in no man. I put my trust in the Creator and the Creator alone. So like I said, people come one way, they'll flee another way. They will come way, they will flee another way. And I've been through the storm. I've been through the tests. I've been through the valleys. I've been through the peaks, the rivers. I've been in the storm, and I'm still here. And I'm not going anywhere. You can deny me. You have that right. But I'm still here, and I'm still grateful, and I'm still telling my story. So, at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to walk by faith, not by sight. I'm going to continue to do what it needs for me to do to get to where I need to get to. Because there's people that's waiting on me. I have a family to take care of. I have a family that's waiting on me. Like I said, I may look like I'm out here by myself, but I'm never alone. I'm never alone. I got the backing of the Most High, and I got the Malachims, the universe, the divine council, whatever y'all want to put y'all spin on it. I know who takes care of me. I know who provides for me. I know who sustains me. I know who orders my steps. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't play. I don't play about my shalom. I don't play about my, y'all call it peace. I don't play about it. I don't play about it. When you got people coming at you, you got to have thick skin. And I try to tell them every day, but I still got to hold my shalom. Sometimes you just want to be like, okay, but I can't. I can't do it. Y'all think I don't want to defend myself? Or y'all think I can't defend myself? I don't need guns. I don't need guns. I don't need to group up to bully anybody, to chase down people, to do this and do that. I don't have to gang up. I don't have to pay nobody to do nothing. I don't do no stuff like that. I don't operate like that. I don't have to lie. I don't have to steal. I don't have to cheat. I don't have to manipulate nobody. I don't twist nobody's arm. I don't put no gun in anybody's head. I don't bribe nobody. Shoot. Either you like me, either you rock with me, or you don't. But I know who rocks with me, and I know who likes me, I know who loves me. And I know who validates me, and I know who supports me. That's why I'm so grateful. That's why I get emotional when I think about him and how I'm not supposed to be here. If I would have denied him, I'll be dead. I'll be burning in the lake of fire. If I denied him, if I had turned my back on him, and I'm not going to say I was perfect. I questioned him. People wanted to be the mighty one in my life. Through fake friendships, relationships, and all that stuff. They wanted me to cry out to him. They wanted them for me to call them master, call them Allah, call them Yahuwah. Even to this day, I have people coming to my face, I am Yahuwah, and throw up a demonic sign. Make that make sense. That's when the warfare is real. And if you got somebody that come up in your atmosphere, especially if you're a child of light, and you got people throwing up the demonic signs, you better rebuke that. Bind that spirit and send them to the lake of fire, never to return. Send it to the dry places, never to return. I'm just giving y'all some helpful hints. And warring spirit. Don't go out here and be foolish and try to start fights. People coming up dead every day. People are coming up dead every day. Police rolling up on the scene, got taped off, dead bodies here and there and stuff like that. Like, what the? Just people are wicked. People times are up. You know, drug abuse, drug use, and all that stuff, and he giving people an ample amount of time to clean themselves up. But the majority of the people, it's too late for him. He has mercy on those who show mercy. A lot of people are sick. A lot of people are suffering because of the things they done, and they wondering why things they casting on the people is not happening for them. It's not happening to the people they try to cast it on, but it's happening to them or somebody they love. Because when you're out here doing things you ain't supposed to be doing, when you out here doing things you ain't supposed to be doing, you dabbling in the spiritual realm, you trying to bind people, block people's resources and stuff like that. You coming up people's atmosphere trying to astral project, necromancy, trying to destiny swap, and people don't think this stuff is real. Yeah, you believe what you want to believe. I'm speaking what I know. Like I said, I've been through it all. And I'm still here. Still here. A lot of people are like, well, you don't look like you've been through that. You ain't walked a mile in my shoes. It's Yahuwah that heals me. I asked him. I begged and pleaded with him. Fix me, heal me from the inside out. Heal me from the inside out. Take this cup away from me. I don't want to drink from this cup, but if I got to, it's your will. But his grace and his mercy, his righteous right hand that pulled me up out of the mire, pulled me up out of the pit where they dug for me. And I'm so glad I made it. I'm so glad that I'm favored. I'm so glad he qualified the call, and I answered that call. I'm thankful and grateful that he set me apart, that he knew me before I was conceived in my mother's womb, that I'm a peculiar person. And I love him with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might, regardless at the end of the day. You know how your parents used to discipline you, used to put you on punishment, you couldn't take it. You crying, and you want to get out of punishment, and you walk around here with a sad look on your face. Trying to get your parent to have sympathy on you, be like, look at that face. Nope, you still gotta go through it. And that's sometimes, I mean, this is how he treats his children. If he loves us so much, yeah, he could take it away from him, but did you learn the lesson? I don't think you learned the lesson, so I gotta have you wallow in it for a little bit more. Till you really learn. Till I know that you're ready. I don't think you're ready. You say you're ready, but you ain't learned. You ain't learned. So I had to learn. Even right now, I'm still learning. I still want to learn. I don't know it all, but I'm still willing to learn. So that means if I got to go through the process, I got to go through the process. It's just like, dang, I just told on myself. I just answered my question for me. Because I want to learn, I want to grow. That means I got to go through the process. That means he got to keep me here, he got to keep me here. If he's ready to move me, he's ready to move me. Whatever level it is, I'm still willing to learn. I'm still willing to go through the process and everything else. whatever it takes for me to be the best version I can be. You know, kingdom-minded brothers and sisters that's been through the storm, that been through the wilderness, they don't overcame it. They know more than I do. Them are the type of people I desire to be with. These are the type of people I want to hang out with. I want to develop a friendship and a bond with. There's only very few of us that's on this earth. But they're not around in my city. Because if they was in my city, they'll know. And they'll be there. You know, what he said, what can a brother do for me? He can be my eyes when I can't see. When I'm down, he can be there to help lift me up. But we already know who lifts us up. But if they're in a position, they know, they understand, they would want me to be the best person I can be. They can help me be the person. I ain't saying they gotta fit the bill or anything, but they can help me elevate. Help me be the best version that they know that I'm here for. You know? If I gotta say it alone, I say it alone. I'm never alone, but Scripture says it's not good for a man to be alone. You know, I have a kingdom family. I have a family. Sometimes we just can't help the family that we're born into. I mean, are everybody in my family's bad? No. Hey, sometimes, one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch. But for as I know, I got several bad apples in my family that spoils the whole bunch. Because some family members know or some family members don't know. Certain family members been separated. That's why we so spread out everywhere on this earth that you never know. You never know. But the ones I do know that's operating out of they refuse. They ain't gonna say nothing. But just know that I know exactly who you are. I know your name. I know exactly where you live. And you wonder why I don't come around. Because you refuse to be honest and tell the truth. You're still operating out of darkness and deception and lies, and I'll piss you off. Be pissed all you want. Be hateful all you want. Keep paying people, keep sending people my way, keep trying to do your little kitchen work and everything else. You got it in your garage, you got it in your bathroom, you got it in your closet, wherever you got it at. Whatever you doing, just know. Especially the ones that say they go to church and worship. Man, the sky looks so different. When you on this awakening journey, the sky looks so different. I mean, I've been noticing it, but I just happen to look at it. It just look different to me now. Looking at the colors. I guess that's what happened when you get the veil removed off your eyes. But anyway, see, I can go on and on and on and on. But I do care for the people. I do love the people. I'm not a hateful person. I love, I give out so much love that's not being reciprocated. But I know where my love comes from. But it's hard when you got people, when you're surrounded by people that just come out the woodworks, just come out of anywhere. And if you see people that scratches their head, and them people working in darkness. If you're a child of light and you walk around, you see people scratching their head, take their hat, or they put their glasses back on and all this stuff. They had their glasses off and they see you, they put them shades back down. Best believe them people are the ones that's operating out of a rebellious spirit. They are not the people of the Most High. And they are everywhere. They're in your churches, they're in your schools, they're in your jobs, they're in your communities. They run these banks. They run these government system. These doctors, these lawyers, these judges. Just best believe. And when I see them, they pissed off. They can be mad all they want, but it ain't my problem. It ain't my fault. They shouldn't operate how they operate. I can just look up and can see somebody's stain on their face. I had two witches came up to me yesterday, looked at me like, I'm like, okay. But I already know. I already seen them coming. These witches and these warlocks. I mean, but like I said, I don't laugh at them. I don't laugh at nobody's misery. I don't laugh at nobody's pain. I don't laugh at nobody's suffering. That's not my job to do. You know, like I said, I tell my enemies all the time, I'll pull out a petition for you, and I hope that the Most High have mercy on you. I hope that you repent of your sins and turn from your wicked ways. I hope that He gives you a heart of flesh and remove that heart of stone in yours. I hope that demon that's up in you, that entity that's up in you, leave up out of you. But, you know, it ain't my call. So, leave it where it is. It's out of my control. I lay it down. It's not my control. Only I can control what I can control, and that's my emotional state, my mental state, my spiritual state, our relationship, me and the Most High, our relationship, and how I treat people. I come with my real self, my authentic self. I'm not fake. I'm not phony. I'm genuine. What you see is what you get. I don't have to put on no act. I don't have to put on no show. I ain't worrying about the likes and views. I ain't worrying about if I got million subscribers. I ain't worried about if I got people just pouring into me and stuff like that. Yeah, your boy need help. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Who wants to walk? How can you? I mean, I don't know. Some people can't do it. I mean, but it's like knowing deep down inside, you walk around here wearing the same clothes every day, not able to wash them, don't have the resources and stuff like that, but you still got joy in your soul. You know what I'm saying? People look at that. People look at people like that and think they crazy. They just secure in who they are. But do you think they really want to walk around like that? No, they don't. I don't. Because I love myself. I want to pour into myself. But I can't help I got people that's on this earth that's operating out of deceptions and lies and trying to keep projecting themselves into people, thinking they can get away with stuff. But at the end, the thing is, they can hear you talking, but they don't understand it, because when you vibrate high, they vibrate low on the Decepticon frequency, a deceptive frequency. They can never understand the people that vibrate high. They can never understand the people that vibrate high, the people that are called, that are obedient, that's doing His will, that's living that light. And people that live in darkness, they can understand it. They could be, they so fearful, they just watch. They watch, they follow, they mimic, they mock, they come around. They try to, we got to see this for ourselves and everything else. We got to try to disturb their light. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, it's to the point where I don't even acknowledge them no more. I do, but I don't. I know they're there. I see them. That's how I acknowledge them, because I know them there. They can't help but show themselves. But how they operate and the things that they do, it don't bother me no more. But like I said, I'm not giving them no clout. See, when I talk about them, make them feel good, make them feel important. So they got to come out. They got to be seen. But at the end of the day, I'm smarter than what you really think I am. I'm a lot brighter. I'm a lot wiser. But I'm just saying this to give y'all some tips. And when you be able to see, when they move that veil off your eyes and you can see through the spiritual realm, you can see the darkness that's on this earth. You can see the Decepticons, the Agent Smiths of this world, because they do exist. They do exist. And they ain't all people. They ain't all people. They ain't in just black folks, white folks. They ain't just in white folks. They ain't all races. I don't care what nationality you think you are. What nationality it is. He poured his spirit on all flesh. Clock that. That means he's the Abba of us all. He poured his spirit on all flesh. Those who Bible scholars, you Hebrew Israelites and everybody else, y'all know these words. He poured his spirit, he poured his rock on all flesh. That means he can manifest himself into any race he chooses to help to spread his message, to spread his love. But at the end of the day, not all people, not all races are bad people. People in all races being deceived by their own race. They don't understand who's manipulating, who's behind the scenes, none of this mess. But those principalities, them dark groups and secret societies, we want to say United Nations, even the United Nations got to answer to somebody. Make that make sense. Even the United Nations have to answer to somebody. So, but anyway, you know somebody that's going through something, they're trying to figure out how they can make their way out, you can show them this video. I put myself out here. I mean, if y'all want to shout out, y'all can shout out. I'm not a mean person. I just don't tolerate no bull crap. I don't tolerate no mess. Like I said, if you ain't doing the will of my Father, I don't have no part with you. So you can act like you know this and that, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a time. There's going to be a time. What you want to hear? You may enter my good and faithful servant, or depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. Them two powerful words right there. Two very powerful words. You may enter my good and faithful servant, or depart from me, you workers of iniquity. Woo. Anyway, love y'all. Love y'all so much. Love y'all so much. So whenever this comes across your feed, I hope it barak you. I hope it baruch you. Bless you. Blessings. Hope you be blessed. Since a lot of people don't understand that. But I hope it encourage you, lift you up. No matter what you're going through, He did it for me, He can do it for you. And I said it with all confidence, with all sincerity, and with all love, with all humility. He's the only one that can do it for you. You allow Him in your heart space to clear that mess that's up in you. You'll be all right. He'll see you through. He heals you. He's close to the brokenhearted. So you gotta remember that He's very, very close to the brokenhearted. That's when He's really listening. That's when He's really there. But you gotta be willing to take it to Him and give it to Him, and you gotta be willing to let it go. You gotta be willing to let it go. Because ain't no man, ain't no doctor, ain't no lawyer, ain't no system, ain't no group, ain't no covenant gonna be able to save you. Ain't no coven that's getting ready to save you. Ain't no sect that's going to save you. Because at the end of the day, they don't do the will of the Most High. And people don't think he exists. Oh, yeah, he exists. And these people know that he exists. Because they couldn't take me out. When they had the opportunity to take me out, I'm still here. And like I said, but that's giving them too much recognition, though. I ain't here to give them no recognition. You know, what they got going on ain't nothing. They ain't got nothing going on. Only thing they got going on is a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Like your boy Hercule Satan from Dragon Ball Z. He ain't nothing but a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Ain't nothing but a bunch of smoke and mirrors. It's an illusion. You know, people living in a dreamland. You don't give them no power. So once you know, then you be like, man, y'all really ain't nothing. That's that reckless faith. When you know that they're really operating out of rebellion, when they operate out of a rebellious spirit and they know that's from the enemy, and once you know how, I best believe they want their power. They ain't got no power. They don't have no power. Their power is deceptive. Like I said. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all get by your day and stuff like that. I gotta try to find me a Wi-Fi source somewhere. So by the time this upload, I don't know. It might be an hour, 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. It might be tomorrow. You never know. But whenever this upload, you know, it'll find you right on time. And I just hope it find you in time enough that you can surrender and submit to the Most High and repent of your sins and turn from your rebellious ways. Because if you don't, it's consequences to every action. What you sow on this earth is what you're going to reap. What you sow on this earth is what you're going to reap. So if you being good on this earth and you sowing good seeds, you being kind to people, you helping people, you loving people, you doing things the right way, just believe you're gonna reap something that's gonna be beautiful. But if you the type of person that operates out of manipulation and lies and deceit, you know, you like to be angry and mad and jealous of people instead of be just content with what you have and who you are and stuff like that. You were trying to rob Peter to pay Paul and everything else. You just doing all type of wrong. And you planting those type of seeds on this earth, best believe you're going to reap that. You know. Yep. You're going to reap it. And it's not my doing, it's your doing. It's what you want for people. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. So that means you want people to treat you like crap. You want to treat people like crap. Best believe you're gonna get people to treat you like crap. But if you want people to treat you with love and kindness, you plant these seeds, and He will put the right people in front of your face. Real talk, coming from a real one. I got royalty in my DNA. I have royalty in my DNA. This is my birthright. So anyway, love y'all. Take care of y'all. We're going to keep our foot on the enemy's neck. We're going to keep on exposing these Decepticons. Because light and dark can't coexist. And I'm not going to dim my light from anybody. I'm going to continue to let my light shine so bright. Because if I don't, that means I'm not being me.